Okay, so how has your day been so far?
My day has been great, ma'am. How about you? How
I'm
was your
also
day
good.
today?
It was good. It was good for me too. It was a little productive. Still trying to get into that productivity. Right. So since this is the first time that we are meeting, my name is Ritika Dogra. Very warm welcome to our first session with me. Introduce yourself as well. Let me know a little about you.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. So,
Hmm.
ma'am, my name is Imrahul Islam, ma'am. I'm from West Bengal.
Okay.
Recently, this year, I have passed my 12th board exam. So, and if
Okay.
I talk about my personal life, so I am a YouTuber. I make videos for YouTube. So, these days, I'm not making continuously as I'm preparing for a competitive exam. So, but
Okay.
I can't ignore my session. That's why I'm just having session with EnglishYaari tutors now, right now, and I'm uploading the sessions in my
Okay.
channel. So that's all about
Okay.
me now.
Okay. So thank you for sharing that.
May I know something about you because I have, went through your bio, but I would like to know more about you.
Okay, so I am actually based in Delhi. I'm originally from Himachal Pradesh, but currently born and brought up in Delhi itself. And yeah, I have. If you want to, like, what do you want to know about me? Education or the experiences? What?
Yeah, I went through your bio, so I know a bit about you. But so, what type of personality you were? So
Okay. As a person, I would say I'm an introvert, but these classes have helped me to slightly come out of my shell. And yeah, I would classify myself as an ambivert, I would say. So I am introverted extrovert.
wow,
You can call me that.
same here, ma'am, me too. And what prompted you to join English CRE or being a tutor of English CRE?
I have a passion for teaching English. That's the primary reason that I'm here.
Okay,
And yeah, I would love to help you improve your communication skills as well.
thank you, thank you. That's why I'm here. Definitely, I learned lots of things from you. So whenever I join a tutor, so I try to gather a few questions, okay, and
That's
I
good.
ask them.
That's
So
good.
I, can I ask you a question, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Problem. Suppose I don't know anything because I can only read and I can only read English and
Hmm.
I can understand English as well.
Hmm.
Mm, and I don't have enough money to practice through any platform. So
Hmm.
how can I kickstart my spoken English journey? So
Okay.
is the what will be the criteria?
Okay. Firstly, we have to understand what communication as a skill is all about. Okay.
Yeah,
So, when we are looking at it from the perspective of a skill, there are four aspects which we need to polish. Okay. And before I explain those aspects to you, I also want to point out one more important thing about communication. So, when a person engages in a conversation, there is one person who's speaking and the other who's listening, right? So when you try to become a speaker who is consciously thinking about the listener, that is what sets you apart, and that is what communication as a skill is all about. So the first aspect that we have to look into is pronunciation. Okay, so for pronunciation we have to understand that, let's say if I am mispronouncing any word, right? As Indians, there are many words which we tend to mispronounce. So if I'm using mispronunciation of any particular word, as a listener I might create difficulty, right? So we have to ensure that we are pronouncing the individual words correctly. You also must have noticed that when a question is asked, so
yeah,
the manner in which we deliver that sentence is a little different as compared to the sentence which is supposed to have a full
yeah,
stop or a comma at it.
yeah,
So if I'm not putting across the question, and if I'm not pronouncing a question like a question, the listener might get confused that is he asking a question or is she just stating a
mm,
sentence, right? So this is all about pronunciation. You have to be expressive. You have to be mindful about the punctuations. Based on that, we have to deliver the sentence structure, and we also have to make sure that we're pronouncing individual words correctly. This is the first thing, pronunciation. Second thing that we have to make sure in our conversation is we need to have the right words to convey the ideas, right? So that is part of vocabulary, right?
yeah, yeah,
Now this is not a one day job, and it's an ongoing process, right? Even I'm a work in progress when it comes to vocabulary, but daily we can take some baby steps to improve our vocabulary. I'll discuss ways that how we can do that, right? So this was about vocabulary. The third aspect is grammar. The sentence construction, if not done correctly, Like, let's say if you're supposed to use present tense, and instead of present tense, if you're using past tense, right? So you are kind of like, in your mind that are you like you if you're talking about the present or the past, but if you're not using correct grammar sentence structure, I might get confused, right, as a listener.
Okay.
So correct and accurate grammatical sentence structures also is important. Last but not the least, and this is one thing which is the most important and often overlooked, is the organization of the thought structure and the smooth transitioning of ideas.
Okay.
I'll give you a simple example. Let's say if I ask you, how was your day yesterday? How will you answer for a question like this?
Okay, it was awesome. I really enjoyed my day.
Hmm.
I did lots of things yesterday. Actually, I went to my sister's house and I had fun with my nephew, and I
Hmm.
had my dinner there as well.
Okay.
So overall, an awesome day. Okay, and I also had fun with my sister as well.
Hmm.
Okay.
Good. The answer was good. Uh, I just had little, something to add to it. So you told me the sequence of events which you did, right? You went out with your friends. You spent some time with your sisters. You said son or
My
daughter or sister.
sister
Okay,
and nephew.
sister and nephew, right? So this seems like the kind of personality that you have. It seems to me like you love to engage with your loved ones. Is it?
Yeah, that's
Right?
100%.
Okay, so you can talk about or give a reflection about that personality in the beginning for a question like this. You can say that as I'm someone who loves to spend time with family or friends. So yesterday was really awesome for me because I got to hang out with my friends and my sister as well as my nephew. So overall, it was, instead of repeating the word awesome again, try to use some other word for it. Overall, it was tremendous. Say something else for awesome, right? So when you do it like that, the organization gets better. As a listener, you're telling me not only about your day but also about your personality, which is relevant to the question, right? And also you're telling me the details, that what exactly you did, but you're telling me that in brief manner because I wanted you to like, if you had added a lot of details about your day, I might have lost interest in that, right? So you only need to tell me the relevant thing which I would need to know. Right. So
Okay.
this is what I mean by organization. That when you're producing content, think of the listener, think about how you can gauge their attention, how you can have their attention, and what kind of words would you like to use. And if you tend to overuse a particular word, like I said, instead of awesome, use tremendous. Right. So in that way, we are just trying to not repeat a particular word while speaking. Okay. So this
Okay.
is what I mean by organization. Okay, answering relevantly, um, constructing a response in such a manner that the listener is able to follow your ideas correctly. That is what organization is. Okay,
Okay.
so this,
Okay.
coming to what I said about pronunciation and how you can improve your vocabulary. When you're polishing your vocabulary, first of all, do not overwhelm yourself with words. What we do try to incorporate in our daily routine is that we would take 20 words and we would take 30 words, right? And we try to learn those words. So that is okay, but you will never find yourself using those words in sentences, right? The reason why we often face this problem is because we don't make efforts to make sentences. Okay,
Yes.
so rather than taking, first of all, 20 words in a day, try to stick to just 4 or 5 words maximum in a day. In a day, 4 to 5 words are enough. Okay,
Yeah.
what should be our next approach ahead? When you come across a new vocabulary, how do you learn the word? You tell me, what do you do?
Okay. First of all, I try to whenever I get a new word, I try to use it practically. Like whenever I speak,
Good,
I try
good,
to
that's
use it
good practice.
practically. So when I talk to any people, so whenever when he or she speaks, any new word, so I try to memorize the word and try to use in my conversation. So
Okay,
that's how I do.
that's a good practice that you do. So practical approach is the best practice, and learning the right definition is also good. My suggestion to you would be that don't rely on Google. Okay, it's better to rely on dictionaries, and especially authentic dictionaries like Cambridge or Oxford. Okay,
Okay.
so rely on Cambridge and Oxford dictionaries. Apart from that, try to like learn the definition. Like, why I'm saying dictionaries, because it would always provide you with definitions with the simplest words. So you will always understand the contextual meaning of the word as well. By context, sometimes you need to understand, is this word having a positive connotation, is this word having a negative connotation? So you have to understand that. Like if you look at this word resistant, this is a negative word,
Yeah.
right? If you look at this word ally, this word is mostly used in political context, but this can also be used in formal English.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is how, like, when we say that this Congress has an ally with some other party, so that means like political context. You will find this word used over there a lot.
Okay.
So contextual meaning is very important to be learned. Then focus on the definition. One more thing, please try to do. Also focus on the part of speech. Parts of speech is like, is this word a noun? Is this word an adjective? Is this word a verb? Is this word an adverb? So if you like, it will just take few seconds for you to understand what an adjective, what an adverb, what a noun is, right? These are parts of speech, we all know it, but it's like if you have any doubt sometimes, so just go through
Yeah.
the concept. Like it will take 5 to 10 minutes of your time maximum. So this way you will always have clarity that how to make sentence using that word, right?
Yeah.
So that dictionary will provide you with which part of speech it is. So it will provide you with that information. It will provide you with definition using the right words, simplest words. So more clarity about that word and more clarity of context. It will also provide you with sentence examples. So observe the sentence example. After you've done all this observation, then try to apply the practical approach that you just mentioned.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, and also try to use it in your, let's say you have set 5 words in a day. Try to use it, like try to think of any random situation and please use that word in that. So that is how we, make the word relatable to us and we try to retain it in our memory. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So please apply this pattern. So this is how we need to understand about vocabulary. You have to understand the formal informal part. You have to understand, is this word having a positive connotation or a negative connotation? Sometimes like when we talk about result or consequence, result can be used for talking about positive result and negative result, but consequence strictly negative, if you notice,
Okay.
right? So
Definitely.
observe that. So today I only focused on, like, I did try to tell you about the 4 aspects, but yeah, I could not focus too much on the organization part, right? So I would want to focus on that more in the coming sessions, but I have sort of told you that how to work upon vocabulary. Okay,
Okay.
always try to understand the contextual meaning of the word as well. Okay,
Yes.
right. So I'll end the class here and I wish you a great day ahead. Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Most welcome. Bye.